Oh, homies, come sit down and join me for the day. I got a pretty quick one for you. My shift starts in T-minus 12 minutes. So, we're a little pushed for time, but there's always going to be time to push for an even better workout. I think once you get so used to working for so long and trying to strive to do your best and stay as passionate as you can, no matter how shit or time consuming of a day can be, you start excelling at working under pressure, because it's that switch of a mindset where you can accept whatever happens after the fact without imagining failure in the present moment. You just got to put in your best effort, your best front foot forward. And, the only thing I'm not going to be content with is accepting failure, or more so accepting giving up, because that's some bullshit. You can call it when you finally put in that maximum effort and you're like, okay, definitely can't go any harder than that because I'm going to get hurt or it's just going to overdo it and it won't be good. It's got to be a positive result, a positive reward for the efforts that you put in. And, 5 12-hour shifts with the gym and all this being in the course of the past 6 days, it's tough for sure. But, I feel like if you try to love every single day that you push through and just accept whatever happens by the end of it, and know that even if you feel like shit in the moment or you might fail in the process, that no matter what, you can trust and have faith in the fact that you'll put in that maximum effort no matter what, and be content with the effort you put in after the fact, because of course, when I wake up and I'm going through the day, I'm always a little hungry to do some good and get the passion flowing and trying to do some get some new progress in the things that I'm trying to put in effort for in the day. But that does not mean that the day's gonna fucking crumble apart when I fail. It's just a matter of, okay, well, today I just wasn't there. Maybe I'll be there tomorrow, maybe it'll be a month, maybe it'll be a year. I don't give a shit. I love doing what I do, and I'm grateful for that. So I'm going to just keep pushing it, But anyway, that's my little fucking ramble, because I feel pretty good for how pushed for time I am. Today I did not hit the numbers I wanted to, or I had hoped for. But it's one of those days where I'm very, very glad, I'm very reassured that the weight is finally catching up to me after this past week of, I call it recovery, but it's more or less doing as much strength effort I can without hurting the part of my body that's not feeling great, because behind my right knee about a week ago was a bit strained, and so I just didn't want to do the normal workouts until I felt good again, because believe it or not, even though I'm going heavier than I would right now in this past week, by cutting out the volume, it's actually less effort and fatigue over time, because I'm just pushing that one quick weight for a comfortable top single, for what I can confidently destroy, and then I'm chilling, and that, because on the normal workouts, even though I'm doing lighter weight and I'm doing 3 sets of 2 or 3 sets of whatever, it's that last rep and pushing through the volume on top of maintaining that strength that really makes it so much more difficult. It's having potentially a really hard first working set and then knowing that you're going to have to lock it in twice as hard for the 2 upcoming sets to get to the end point that you want to achieve. That's how I was a week ago or so when I was doing, or a little bit a week and a half ago when I was doing my last normal snatch day. I hit 235 for 3 doubles. First set was the worst, man. You have to give yourself that availability and that chance to push through what seems like an inevitable failure, because I thought that I wasn't going to hit it, and I was honestly ready to give up at 2 sets, because the second set I still failed one of the reps, but I was like, physically I'm fine. I feel great. I feel peaked. I know I have enough energy to do another one. It's just whether or not I can lock in and get under the bar fast enough to maintain that strength and get to the goal that I want to hit. I was like, okay, well, if this is the only time I'm going to feel good enough to do this for right now, I have to at least give it that fucking chance. And that was the best set. And similarly, today, if I had felt as good as I did last week, I would have expected myself to get 265 today on Snatch. But it just, I've been pushing my body a good bit this past week. You guys have seen the numbers. It's been a little nuts. So my core and my shoulders as well are just, I'm pretty burnt out. You know, it's inevitable. It happens. You kind of just got to accept when your body needs a break. But still extraordinarily happy with the effort that I put in today, because the warm-up sets honestly didn't even feel good. I felt off. You know, I was like rushing it at first, and then it was hard to get under the bar fast, and my core wasn't locking in right when I needed to on the catch, and then it made my legs feel a little weird on one of them. Like my 225, my legs didn't go out the way I needed them to on the catch. They kind of just stayed right where they were, so it felt like I did a close stance overhead squat when I caught it, at least closer than what I'm used to. And so when I got to 245, I was like, okay, well, this is where we're going to stop for sure. I don't want to push it. I want to make sure I have that good technique over the strength before I even think about moving on. And I failed it twice. And I was like, oh, well, fuck. I guess I just, you know, it's that realization of just like, okay, well, that just goes to show how much effort I've been putting in and how much stress and fatigue my body's been building up. Because I've been doing a fuck around intermission while my right leg heals, because I'm physically fine to pick up some heavy weight for like no volume. It's just the maximum effort, absolutely balls to the walls sets that was giving it too much strain. So I wanted to give it this week to maintain and pack on that strength while letting the volume just kind of dissipate into the background until I feel good enough to do so. And I could feel in the first one, I was like, okay, well, I got a really high pull. It was just a matter of I didn't commit to it. You know, I did not give my body that chance to even attempt catching it. So I was like, okay, I'm at least going to give it one more, see how it feels. And the second one, I did catch, but I did not get it behind my head when I right where I needed to, because I think I started the pull with my shoulders slightly behind the bar, even if by a quarter inch. It's enough to where you don't hit it right where that mark needs to be hit. You know, it's a very finite line of movement that you have to hit to get there. But on the third one, I knew exactly what to fix. I knew exactly where my body was lacking. So I picked that shit the fuck up and I did it, man! That, like, these comebacks are what make this so much fun and give me so much passion for this sport. It's not the weights itself. It's the possibility of feeling like shit and not knowing what to do, but no matter what, having faith in your own efforts, because you know that in the end that you can make it a better day through the sheer willpower. It doesn't matter if I'm not strong enough to put up 265 today. I fucking hit that shit, man. Fucking got there. That is what I care about. That's what I love. So, I'm gonna really just give my body some time to chill out while all the work's been kind of tanking me down. But again, I'm very, very happy with the form. I did attempt 265. I might throw it in as a little clip right at the end of the snatch session. But I picked it up and I was like, yeah, today's not the day. I don't want to fuck up my body. So I just left it alone. And we're going to worry about that at another date and time way later on. Because today was the day to fuck around and not find out, you know? Other than that, overhead squat, I was going to push the 315 if I felt good enough. I say I only got to 295, but that's still the most weight I've ever put on an overhead squat to the date. And unprepped and tired and fatigued, hitting 295. And mind you, my initial jerk over the head wasn't good. I almost lost it, and then I tried to go down, and my body started shaking too much, so I had to really lock it in, even though standing there for longer means my shoulder strength weakens. And I fucking committed, man. I got there. We got there. It wasn't pretty. It wasn't perfect. It wasn't what I imagined or had originally hoped for, but I love the fact that I could put in that effort and make it there, you know? Other than that, snatch pull, obviously you could tell CNS was fully burnt the fuck out, so it's just one of those days where I didn't worry too much about it. I am still pretty surprised that I got to 405, and it looked pretty damn good, you know? I was more so just rushed for time, not really thinking about the weight, so I just kind of gave it my best effort, locked my core, and focused on the form, and, you know, that's just how it's got to be sometimes. You got to just allow your body to take over and worry about the small shit later. I haven't even seen it yet. It just felt pretty good. Because I was rushing on 365 and 385, and so I think I pulled it. I think I cut the pull a little bit, so it made me catch it more forward than I'd want to, or not get as high a vertical pull as what I could have done, but whatever. Because the main thing that I'm excited about, and I am so reassured, is the fact that my body's finally fatiguing. You know, it seems dumb. Nobody wants to plateau, and nobody wants to reach that point where you can't do it anymore. But it's a sign of rebound. You know, it's a sign of this is how much you have to grow. This is where your progress was. This is what you need to work on next time. And I know for a fact that if I keep going and I keep putting in that best effort, I will supersede the efforts I'm putting in today. That's what's so fucking important. It's okay that I didn't hit the highest weights I expected. I expected to be pretty tired and not at my peak, especially today after taking a full rest day and then coming back. But we're here. We made it. We did our best. And now that I have all of my, my physical attributes aligned, because this was going to be my last recovery day. I think my right leg's pretty much better. It still isn't at 100%, or more so it's not even compared to my left, but it's definitely close, and there's no pain. And especially after the workout, I feel even better now. It feels like I got a good stretch on it after doing those, an overhead squat's slow enough to where it's almost like a tempo squat in a way. But regardless, I'm proud. And I'm going to give myself that fucking credibility to come back and want more next time. Work is starting now, so I kind of got to go. I know I'm cutting it a bit short, but physically, I'm feeling at a solid 8.55, because honestly, it just, as good as I feel now, it just was not, I just was fatigued. It happens, It's inevitable you're going to have those days where you're just naturally not where you want to be, and you just kind of have to push through the shitty feeling and accept, it may seem like subpar form, but it's the best that you can do today. And accepting that and moving on and giving yourself the credibility for the efforts that you're putting in right now is going to be what makes for the highest passions next week or next month or next year. I don't give a shit. It's going to come back at some point, so give it that chance to come back, Mentally, I'm easily going to give it a flat 9. I'm feeling good. It's not like crazy day. I'm a little tired and just ready to have a day off. All the work has been a little, not stressful, but it's just tired, I want a day where I can just play some video games and not think about life for a minute, It's always good to have those days every week where you just kind of cut the responsibilities out for a minute and not worry about it. But got family coming in. Couldn't be happier with the progress. I feel like I'm at a physical peak right now, even if the weights don't look that way right now. It's going to be there. I fucking guarantee it. I know I'm peaked right now. So we're going to get there. You'll see it. I'm going to keep documenting, and we'll be back as passionate as ever. But realistically, I want my right leg to fully recover, and the fatigue is definitely hit. So there's 2 lines of action, and it's either 1, I restart the program with the volume, or 2, which is what I'm going to do. I'll be doing the latter. I have family coming to town, and I'm going to be visiting them. I got to go drive to a different town over. And I think it's the perfect time to give my body that distance from weightlifting to come back even stronger, Because as good as I feel, it is still uneven, and it's not where I need it to be doing my maximum peak days. So I think for the next, today's Wednesday, so you'll be seeing this on Thursday. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Hold on, I'm thinking. I'll work out Sunday. That'll be when I come back and I get back on the normal program. Sunday. And I will... What do I do? I'll come back Sunday, and I'll start back at that first week of the middle volume. So I'll be doing 3 sets of 2 on Olympic and 3 sets of 4 on power lifts. And we'll just see where I'm at. And if it feels good, we'll continue the program. If it feels like shit, we'll restart and regrow and rebuild and do whatever we got to do to get that passion fucking moving, But we're here. We're doing our best. I'm sorry I'm going to disappear for a couple days, but it's the perfect opportunity to give myself that break and the time to really, get to love my family even more, because it's good to make sure you give yourself enough time to love those around you so that you can come back to your passions at a more comfortable time without overstressing your level of prioritization to either one, because I don't want to put weightlifting above my family, and I don't see them enough to tell them, nah, stay at home, I'm gonna go work out. So I'll be back. I'm gonna do my best. Gotta go to work. I appreciate you guys. Let me know how the lives and lifts are going, and I love you as always. I'll see you later.